Very important question.
These are the two things I did not think we'd be talking about on Talk Culture would be fish and matzo ball soup, but there you have it.
He is an absolute mensch. Let's welcome to the stream at this time the one and only Scott Rogowsky, everybody.
Hi. I'll try my Harley line impression. Not good. No, folks, isn't that the Carrie line?
Very close.
Oh, folks.
So close.
Yeah, we're right there. Scott, thank you so much. This is so exciting.
Yes, it is. Very nice to be here.
Good,
Hello.
good. Well, we kind of just wanted to start with, what everyone wants to know, and that is, tell us about the band Phish.
Tell us about the band Phish. They were rocking this past weekend. They were on fire in the other Hollywood. I know everyone thinks of Hollywood, think Hollywood, Florida, but there's another Hollywood, there's other smaller Hollywood in California. There's a Hollywood Bowl. There's this concert venue called the Hollywood Bowl. It was my first time ever going to this historic venue. That was quite the experience just in and of itself. Just parking, walking up the hill, avoiding the nitrous balloons. There are a lot of ice cold fatties, 5 for $20 if you're interested.
Got it.
Jumbos were 10, but 5 for $20 on the ice cold fatties. The show was great. It's just suffice to say it was fun times at the bowl. That's
what's up. I live in the other Hollywood, Florida, so I'm very familiar. We love it down here. It's great. We have a Denny's. Lots to do.
The Rascal House is no longer.
Oh, Scott, stop. You know about the Rascal House?
Yeah, I used to go to the Rascal House.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
That's incorrect.
You're talking to a guy who spent every Christmas break, Hanukkah break in Boca, West Palm, Hollywood, Boynton, Delray, Deerfield Beach. I know the whole kit and caboodle.
I'm
so sorry.
Rascal House is like a piece of my heart has been gone since it closed. It's now a place called Epicure, and they have matzo ball soup, but it's just not the same, It's not the Rascal House.
Danny's, is there a place called Danny's too? Is Danny still around?
If there's a Danny's, I do not know him. No. So what do you think, Scott, is like the perfect consistency of a matzo ball?
Very important question.
These are the two things I did not think we'd be talking about on Talk Culture would be fish and matzo ball soup, but there you have it. I like a firm ball.
Okay.
I like a ball that maybe the periphery, the spherical outer shell is a little soft, but once you get into the core, it should be firm. I want to be able to stick my spoon into that ball in the bowl, and almost like carve. Yeah. You can stick the spoon into it exactly. That's the way I like my balls. How you like yours?
Danica, you want to go first?
Oh, I'm firm all the way.
She's firm. Yeah. Okay, and gluten-free.
I like a firm gluten-free ball.
Okay.
Wow. This is safe. This is a very unexpected Jewish space I just walked into here.
Welcome.
We
welcome you.
If either of you are Jewish, you could have fooled me.
I am very Jewish. I wanted to be a cantor. That was always what I wanted to be when I grew up. And
I'm Jewish by association.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the way. Where did it go wrong for you, kid?
The tattoos, really. I had a talk with my rabbi when I turned 18, and I was like, this is something I want to do. I plan to get tattooed. And he's like, well, I know, but my entire family is still really involved with the temple. My dad sings in the choir. My mom taught Sunday school for like 13 or 14 years. We're pretty Jewish. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
It's funny because my mother is very intent on me marrying within the faith, and you'd be an interesting candidate because it's like, Mom, technically she is Jewish, but I don't know if she would approve, frankly. You're like on that fence of like, you're checking a box, but then you're unchecking other boxes.
Yeah, I completely understand. So my husband he's not Jewish, but he's, we just did the Seder, and since he's the youngest, he had to find the afikomen, the 4 questions, all the good things. Now, where do you think, Scott, is the perfect place to hide the afikomen? Because my dad every year goes for either a washing machine or behind the pillow. I feel like
there's no mystery left.
No, behind the pillow is a tried and true. It depends on the room, depends on the accoutrements, the appointments of the living room or the house. Because like my grandma had some weird sculpture that would be always be a good place. You can tuck it behind parts of the sculpture there was all sorts of nooks and crannies. I've always thought like a really great place to hide the Mafia is under the Seder plate. Like keep it at the table. No one's thinking there.
I want to think to look there.
I know.
Right.
Okay.
Right?
And it's funny because I'm thinking back to it like now as an adult, I love Passover Seders. We do a pretty quick version of it. There's like we do all the must drink cup of wine. Like I love Manischewitz. It's like kind of my thing. But I remember as a child, and I don't know if it's the same for you, Scott, but Elijah scared the shit out of me. Like when we had to let this invisible man into our house to drink our wine. Scary man, right?
And at some and honestly, at our table, that cup was drank. Like I never knew how it happened. To this day, it's a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in my family's a magician, or there really is an Elijah, because that cup, I would watch it every year. Be like, this is the year I'm going to keep my eyes on that cup for Elijah, and somehow there'd be no wine in it at the end of the night. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah, it's scary. I remember being terrified. I would leave the room. Elijah would come in.
It's the Invisible Man.
Right. It is the Invisible Man or Harvey the Rabbit. There's a lot of options.
Or Uncle Joshua. You never know.
Yeah. He's off parole. He's back home. He posted bail, and now he's come to crash your Seder and steal your coffee commons.
Seder crashers, I think, could be a really
ooh, yes.
spin-off wedding crashers, Seder crashers.
Have we lost the entire audience at this point? I'm just curious.
My parents are still watching, so we're good.
Okay.
They love this.
Good.
All right, Danica, put us back on the rails.
Oh, goodness. All right. So we, of course, love your catchphrase, let's get down to the nitty gritty, which, for those who don't know, is a quote from a Phish song. Yes. So now, first of all, what made you choose this catchphrase? Were there others that didn't make the cut? Like, where did this come from for you?
I also just love the fact that we're like right into this and there's no context. Do people even know who I am? Do they remember what's going on? Do they even know what you're referring to? This is so
if they're
long
watching,
ago.
they know.
Yeah, but that's on them, really. Like if they didn't do their research, then yeah.
True. I should give them more credit. You're right. So I was hosted the show called HQ Trivia, just to get that out there. And it was this live game show on your phone. And yes, I had catchphrases, and one of them was, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get this show on the road, which is lifted completely from the Phish song AC/DC Bag. And the origin of it is, I just love that song. And I was listening to it one day, and it occurred to me that line is just perfect for opening a show. Like, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get the show on the road. And it just hit me like a bolt of lightning. And I just tried it out. And people loved hearing the Phish lyrics kind of snuck into, at least Phish fans loved hearing the lyrics. Other people had no idea what I was talking about. But that's what's nice about it, because it's signaling to, it's like a dog whistle to certain segments of the population out there.
Fair enough. And
speaking of,
whose dog was that? Was that yours or Danica's?
That's every time.
Okay.
Big Phish fan, your dog.
Yeah, she loves it.
See, I thought when you go to a Phish like show, I thought it was just a lot of like jam band. I'll be honest, I didn't know that they had actual songs. I thought it was just like jam band stuff.
Lyrics, no, they have songs with lyrics and vocals, and they're a band like any other band, but they do jam. You're more of a what? Dashboard confessional.
I took vocal lessons from the same teacher as Chris Carrabba.
Really?
Dashboard. So my favorite
Goldfinger. You love Charlie Paulson. You had him on the show. I saw that.
Yes, we did. But my favorite band of all time is Alice Cooper. So
Alice Cooper. Is he like the horror punk? Horror rock.
I just like Alice in general. I think he's just a lovely man. But yeah, horror punk. But I also am really into like 90s stuff too. Like give me some Audio Slave and
Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse is fine. Yeah.
Slipknot.
We love Corey Taylor around here. Yeah, Slipknot's lovely. Yeah. Cool. Scott, what were you like in high school? And follow-up question, I don't want to assume, but were you bar mitzvahed?
I'll answer the second one first. Yes, I was bar mitzvahed. Yes, I went to high school. What was I like in high school? I was pretty similar to what I am now, which is a guy who wore vintage T-shirts, listened to Phish. I was the student body president of my high school.
I was too.
Were you?
Yes, I was.
Pinecrest?
I went to American Heritage. You close.
American Heritage, home of. Didn't Alex Rodriguez go there?
I don't believe so. No, but we did have another pretty famous baseball.
Eric Hosmer.
Yes,
right?
yes, that is correct.
A lot of good baseball players coming out of there,
and good golfers too. Apparently,
good golfer.
Yeah.
So I was Nova public school, baby.
I went to a private school in New York, and I was student body president. And the reason I won is because I had a funny speech. And I kind of feel bad about it to this day because I was up against like hardcore governing council kids who had spent years on student government, class president, treasurer, secretary of state, whatever the hell they were doing. Like they were so involved in the politics, doing mock Model UN, and I'm sure all those mock debate clubs, all that garbage that I never participated in. And I come along and I just make some jokes about the Chinese restaurant down the hill from the school, and like I won based on a funny speech. I was basically a Trump figure of the high school because I had no experience. I was the outsider coming in and just being entertaining. So we all know how that went. We all know how that went for Trump, and it went pretty similarly for me.
Yeah, I remember like when I was like campaigning or whatever, I beat out Bob Marley's grandniece, which like I don't know how it happened. So I guess I like beat a celebrity to be student body president. And I just remember getting to plan homecoming, which our theme was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which was
the Johnny Depp version.
No, it was the other one, and we had a chocolate fountain and it was a mess. That's the memories coming back to me.
Chocolate fountains, a COVID casualty. Are the chocolate fountains back? And if they are, would you go to them today in a post-COVID world?
Not in public.
Like a private.
I would do a private like chocolate fondue.
Invite only. I like this. It sounds like some kind of sex party minus the sex. It's like some private thing where you just come on over. Well, you could involve that, but there's definitely a secret passcode, and you all come over, and instead of orgies, it's you have a tray of sliced strawberries, sponge cake, marshmallow.
It's a fondue party. Let's be honest. It's a fondue party.
Right, but is it kosher?
Is it kosher? Yeah, if the marshmallows are kosher, which you can find at a kosher grocery store, then yeah, I think it's kosher from a halal, glot point of view. But is it smart? I'm
thinking we'll just have a rabbi there. He could just bless things as we go. So did you have a theme for your bar mitzvah?
I did.
What was it?
It was live from New York. It's Scott Rogowsky. Saturday Night Live was
fabulous.
It was a shout out Les Benjamin. Baruch Hashem, bless his memory. May his memory be a blessing, is what they said.
Yes.
Leslie Benjamin, my neighbor, was this party planner guy, and like he was pretty big in the community, and he put on a hell of a party for me. There was a big styrofoam TV for people to sign their names on when you walked in, and the chocolates were little television sets that you can puncture the screen, and there'd be like ice cream inside or something. Each table had a centerpiece that was this styrofoam contraption featuring different characters. So like Goat Boy was a table, and the Spartan cheerleaders, and Mango, and who else was big at the time? I mean, this was 1997, so this was like Harry Carey. Will Ferrell's Harry Carey, and then the older tables, which really, it's crazy to think about. That was only 20 years prior. 97, basically 22 years is when SNL had started at that point. And so like for the adults, they probably enjoyed it too, because I had like Samurai Deli, Conehead, the Bumblebees, like all the old characters, Gilda Radner and Bill Murray, like from the 1970s SNL, they were the adult table centerpieces. So I probably to this day, I know it's talked about by Amanda Amato, an attendee who as recently as about 6 years ago, said I still talk about that bar mitzvah.
Nice.
So it was definitely a quality affair, a banger in the parlance of our times.
I love that. Yeah, mine was in 1999. The 90s are a great time for bar mitzvahs. And my theme was musicals.
Yeah.
Broadway.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I went to a Pal Joey themed bar mitzvah. It was a musical themed bar mitzvah party, but the guy's name was Joey Kuhn, and Pal Joey was a Broadway show from like the 40s or something.
Yes, it was.
And that was the theme. It was Pal Joey.
Pal Joey. I like it. Yeah, I think Danica, we sat at the Rocky Horror Picture Show table. Yeah, of course we did.
Oh, you're a big Rocky Horror fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were like in high school together, like you know each other from back then.
Oh, we've known each other since we were 6.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, over 30 years.
We went to different high schools, but the same elementary and middle school.
And college for a little bit.
And college, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're in Florida too?
No, I'm in Raleigh now.
Raleigh, North Carolina. Come on and raise up. Is it okay if I interview you guys? Because I am a talk show host as well. I mean, that's part of the problem.
That's okay. I mean, we can share the spotlight. We're good about this. Oh, Danica, you're up.
C'est moi. Oh, yeah. So obviously being a successful host and entrepreneur probably wasn't the original idea you had in your mind going forward. So what did you want to be when you grew up, when you were younger?
I wanted to be a dinosaur. And
Valid.
the problem I learned is that it's hard to transfigure into a different extinct species of animal.
Not if you're a Power Ranger.
Not if you're a Power Ranger. So then I wanted to be a Power Ranger. And I don't know, Lord, but then that Lord Zed is up to no good. I don't want to be involved with him and Rita Repulsa, the whole, and it really was those two bullies that I hated the most.
Bulk and Skull, yeah.
Bulk and Skull, yeah. So I shifted paths. I don't know. I decided I really wanted to be a baseball player is the truth. I just thought I knew I wasn't naturally athletically gifted in the least, but I figured if I work hard enough, if I put the time in, if I, stand out there in the middle of winter in Harrison, New York in my backyard and put snowballs on the tee, actually making baseballs out of snow and ice and putting them on the tee and hitting those and, taking extra batting practice and throwing my dad and getting ground balls at the high school field when I was in middle school, all those things. I think I could work my way there. I can just, through pure grit, determination, I can get there. But the lesson, kids, is that doesn't work either. So just don't even try is really what I'm saying.
The lesson is never try.
Don't try because you're going to fail 99% of the time. So why bother?
Great.
Yeah, I love that. We love optimism.
It's a solid moral lesson.
Yeah. No, look, it just came down to the fact that I'm not very good at baseball. And you have to be good to be professional at something. So
I suppose.
Yeah, sure. Or I'm sure there's some like radioactive spider or something that could bite you and just change your DNA. And
I was hoping I could get bit by, radioactive George Brett or something. I was trying to think of a reference you guys might know, but maybe not. Barry Bonds or radioactive Barry Bonds.
Got that one.
I got that. Okay.
Okay. Because I'm trying to think of Florida baseball. But you guys grew up in '97 was the World Series.
I got to sing the national anthem before one of it's a game that didn't count, but it was Mets Marlins that I got to sing.
Spring training?
What?
Spring training game?
No, it was like an actual
major league game.
Yeah.
Maybe my parents can chime in if they're watching. They can help me remember.
I'm seeing comments here. Jude says radioactive Barry Bonds is just Barry Bonds. Which is a great point. This is so cool. What do we? I love that the comments pop up. This is great.
StreamYard's amazing. This was like our little project that Danica and I started doing during the pandemic, and then it's just we love.
Can't stop. You just can't stop. Won't stop.
We're addicted. Okay, so kind of on the sports theme, you now have Quiz Daddies, and I know you have been collecting all of these incredible pieces, but I want to know, and maybe it's in your store or maybe it's something that you still own, but what is your prized possession vintage piece?
It happens to be right over.
He picks up his dog.
I literally was thinking that.
But this is it.
Oh,
Oh,
I love that.
Ta-da!
my God, that brings me back.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say this is my prize. I just got this over the weekend, but I kind of love it, and it might be my new favorite prize piece. I also got this over the weekend, which I kind of think is pretty sweet.
Oh,
Lucy, Universal Studios.
That's what's up.
Maybe someone in the chat could do my homework for me because I was going to research this. I'm assuming this is from some kind of maybe when she died. Like, I don't know what. I'm trying to figure. I want to get a date on that. Lucy, a tribute. If anyone can Google that, Lucy, a tribute, Universal Studios. Let's figure out what this was, when it's from. I like to research my pieces.
So there was a tribute store at the Universal Studios in Hollywood that I remember had Lucy stuff. So I wonder if it's from the tribute store.
A whole store dedicated to her.
There was other things in there too, but it like on that area of like the boardwalk, there's like Marilyn Monroe, but it was like that era of television. Right. So yeah, we'll have to do some research. But I have to say that you're rocking both Universal and Disney. You know, there's love for both here.
Yeah. So equal opportunity offender.
Good. And I feel like you should definitely leave that hat on.
Oh yeah, obviously, please.
Okay, store was open from 1992 to 2015, right? So it was a tribute store.
It was a store.
Don't quote us on this. We could be completely wrong.
I mean, I saw. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I do remember something. Going to Universal as a kid. It's so funny because I haven't been back since, right? And we're talking 90s, early 90s, okay, early mid 90s. But do you remember all the characters like W.C. Fields would like walk around and like Laurel and Hardy, and they had all like I guess Lucy was a part of that. Marilyn Monroe, but like Vaughn, Charlie Chaplin. I have photos of Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah,
and all these old time Abbott and Costello, like that can't still be there, right? Like kids today don't know what the fuck who these people are.
So they have Betty Boop and they have Marilyn Monroe is still part of that area, and I think Doc Brown for some reason drives through. I guess the time machine, he can do whatever he wants, right? But yeah, I mean, like Universal changed for me when they took out Jaws and Back to the Future and started putting in all these Minions. No offense to the Minions. I'm sure they're lovely. I've never met them, but
I love The Simpsons. Like by far one of my favorite shows of all time will always be. But to replace Back to the Future with Simpsons was really weird for me.
Yeah,
it crushed part of my soul, I think.
You okay?
No.
I mean, I do wonder about this stuff because, look, you can't stop time from marching on, okay? And there is going to be turnover generationally. I get it. I mean, Minions are not for us; they're for children. So children today, but. Okay, that doesn't explain why we were hanging out with W.C. Fields in 1993. Like he was for kid. I mean, so what's missing here? If you can have that in the 90s, why can't you have it in the 2020s? And why shouldn't you perpetuate the history and the knowledge? Like their kids should be hanging out with
film history, right?
Dr. March and W.C. Fields because it's history. And if if you're not introduced to it as children in a theme park, they're never gonna care or want to be fascinated by it. Like
I just think it means we were the cooler generation. I hate to say it, but like that statistically, from what you're saying, is what I'm gathering here. We were just
I think so, but I'd like to have a serious conversation about this if you would, because I think there's something really, every generation says it. You have to check yourself because I know every generation says that the next is worse, and the kids don't know. These kids today. How many generations said that these kids today, right? Going back 200 years.
Yeah.
But seriously, these kids today with their Minions.
The Minions. Yeah, I know.
I know. I don't know. I don't know. I really wish our society would value history, would value the past. I mean, shit. There should be Alice Cooper should be walking around like kids just need to know all of this stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Like in fact, the one thing that shouldn't be at these theme parks are current properties and IPs because that's out there already. We know, we get it. Wouldn't you like to do a I Love Lucy ride where all the chocolates come down and you get to eat the chocolates?
Yeah.
and we just get like drunker as the ride goes on Vitamin.
Yeah.
I don't know why I need to involve alcohol. We don't. I mean, like, but I mean,
It's getting drunk on your watch. No, I think that's what you're saying.
But they are doing an additional like land down here called Epic Universe, and there's an island allegedly, Scott, that is like old Universal Monsters theme. So maybe that's kind of a, we're going in the right direction with that. So
as long as there's not like a little St. James Island over there, as long as they're not gonna have like an Epstein Island, are they, in this park?
I don't think they could get the rights, Scott.
Yeah.
Really.
That would be a good ride if you think about it. The Epstein Island.
I'm sure it would. I personally wouldn't go, but
you fly in. There's Bill Clinton next to you. There's Alan Dershowitz. You've got
all the celebs are there.
All the luminaries on the flight logs. Chris Tucker, wasn't Chris Tucker on one of those planes?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
I don't know. There's also weird. Yeah, all you have to do is just like cast aspersions. Wasn't the Dalai Lama on Epstein's plane?
Well, after the stuff that came out about him last week, probably.
Yeah, right. So, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just thought he was trying to remember that Red Hot Chili Pepper song. I'm going to defend the Dalai Lama. He was just trying to say "suck my kiss."
Uh-huh.
And he was trying to teach his kid about the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, who we love, like as millennials are Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah.
He misremembered the lyric. That's all.
Of course. I mean, as we all do. Okay. Just not that I want to pivot away from Epstein Island. But let me ask you this, because I saw this really incredible photo of you on your social medias of you and the wonderful Mark Summers. And I wanted to know, what does slime taste like?
You really want the truth?
I can't handle the truth. I don't know. Yeah, sure. We'll take it. Go ahead.
I didn't taste it, is the truth.
Okay. Okay.
So I could not speak to it, but it did.
You just said that it like tastes like nostalgia. I don't know.
I love that.
I could have had some poetic answer there, but no, it was really it was a truly disgusting experience to get slimed. I mean, the weight of it, feeling it in your hair, you just get that goopiness.
Just
yeah, what was it? I truly don't even know. I guess I didn't ask what it was. I'm sure cornstarch was involved.
Yeah. So going back to Universal Studios, there used to be Nickelodeon Studios there.
I remember that. I went.
Slime fountain. And we did get to try slime. One of them, applesauce.
That's right.
One of them was an applesauce. The other one that probably you got slimed with, Scott, was like I think a fruit punch cornstarchy thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've sampled. There's slime tastings at Universal, and when you live in Hollywood, you go out for slime tastings.
That's what we do.
You get a flight, slime flight.
Slime flight sounds delicious.
Yeah, slime flight, exactly.
Yeah, I cannot wait, because after that closed down, do you remember they like buried a time capsule?
Yeah. Yes, I do remember that.
I cannot wait. I can't wait to see what's in there. It's going to be
when's
like
that thing open? 2050 or something?
It's we still got a little bit of time. So
oh my God, I hope Mark Summers still alive for that. I should actually. Mark has become a friend. I'll say friend. We've gone to dinner and such. Maybe should I call him right now and ask him about the time machine?
If you'd like, yeah.
I don't want to interrupt the show. You can keep asking me, but I'll make a silent call in the meantime, and we don't have to hold the show for it. But
you gotta hold the show for Mark Summers, who I'm just obsessed with. He's a lovely man. Danica, why don't you ask one more? I'll ask one more, and then we'll go to our first game.
Ooh, cool. Oh, well, let's start with, so being that you are back to hosting trivia starting next week on I want to say it's called Bougie app, right?
Bougie, you're right.
Yeah.
That's the first question. You're the first question, right?
Great. So what are you most looking forward to getting back to that?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. This Bougie app is, I've been talking to the guy who started it for a while now. And Mark's not picking up.
It didn't say his number either. He's like, you have dialed 321. You know,
yeah. He's not going to be giving personalized messages, I guess. I met this guy, and he had this app. I mean, he'd been working on it for years. The funny thing is, it turned out the guy messaged me like in 2021, and I just didn't see it or something. But so him and his partner have been messaging me and trying to reach me. And they finally came into my shop one day and they told me about this app they built, and it's basically HQ with some improvements. I mean, you get the quicker you answer a question, the more points you get, which I was like it's kind of like a no-brainer. I mean, there are a lot of things that went wrong with HQ. One of them was little things like that, like why can't you just build that in? Because there are all these issues with, we had. You remember there could be 10,000 winners sometimes or something. It's like if it was a time thing where you have to answer quickest, then you can say there are only 10 winners tonight. There are only 100 winners. You can set, right? So that would have been that's something that we could do on Bougie that HQ couldn't figure out. And the real innovation of it is, and this doesn't really affect the end user, but it allows you to host your own trivia show without any production setup. Kid, Danica, you can host Talkulture trivia if you wanted to on Bougie because there's a teleprompter in there. You can write all the questions out, all the answers, and use a USB clicker to click through. So you can stand there and just click through the slides, read the teleprompter. There's a monitor. You can see yourself where you're lining up within the app. So it's pretty impressive from a host point of view.
Huh. I've owned my own trivia company now for 14 years.
What?
So yeah.
God,
so you could use this and do it. Do you do it online?
No, I do all my stuff live. I host 2 times a week. I used to host 5, but I'm down to 2, just time restrictions. Yeah, Wonder Kids Team Trivia. Yeah.
Well, you should honestly. The Bougie would be great for you because you could even go live from. You could be doing it simultaneously. You can set up a little camera and do it live from there while you're doing it into your public thing.
Okay.
But anyway, we can talk about that later. I'll hook you up with Jason at Bougie.
Cool.
So they're sort of launching the app. I mean, it really hasn't been released yet. They had a lot of internal testing, and they've had a few people, do these soft shows. But this is sort of an attempt also just to get some awareness on it because we would love to find more users, both viewers and hosts. And I think there's a fundraise going on. I think they want to sort of like demonstrate the product and maybe attract some investors as well. So we're doing a little run of 5 shows. Starting Monday, May 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. A little late for East Coast, but I got a life.
Yeah.
So 7 and 10, and we're doing theme nights. Monday will be movies. Tuesday is 90s music. Wednesday is it's something else. It's music and movies, and then but Thursday, May the 4th, Danica. May the 4th will be a Star Trek theme show. Star Trek. No, we're doing Star Wars. How trolly would that be, though?
Oh man.
And then we're doing sports because everybody loves sports.
Okay.
Right? You guys love sports. Here it is. Yeah, video games on Wednesday. Video games.
Okay.
Yeah, it's themed trivia nights, and the way it works is you win prizes versus money. There are sponsors who give away prizes, and I think they're giving away like stand-up paddle boards, wireless speakers, and 24-gallon Yeti coolers and stuff like that. Like all various prizes for various things. So that's what you win. You can win one of those prizes, and it's free to play. And so why the hell not? Maybe you win something. You walk away with an inflatable stand-up paddle board.
That's what I need.
It's like $1,000 value.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Really cool.
And I like that it's at 10 p.m. because mine ends around 9. So I'm sure all my trivia people are going to jump from one to the next. So,
Kid, I think you're going to be hosting Bougie by the next time we speak. Probably. You're going to be on there. And
that'd be so
I will pass the baton to you. You can take it over.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I love it. Like, it was something that when I was in college, like, and I don't necessarily consider myself competitive. I would rather be the person hosting it so I don't have to be competitive. And I played a lot when I lived in Orlando. And then when I came down here back in like 2008, there wasn't a lot of like people hosting live trivia. So I just, man, it's a hobby that became a career. It's crazy.
Wow.
But I love it. Yeah.
And Danica, what are you doing in Raleigh?
I'm a theater director and acting teacher.
Nice.
Yeah.
A lot of college students coming through. You work with a lot of college students from the.
Yeah, I work at NC State, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go Pack!
Go Pack!
Works. Okay, so my final question to you before we go into our first game. Obviously, HQ Trivia was the biggest app like in the world. Who was somebody that you were kind of surprised to learn was an avid player?
You.
Well, I mean, besides me, is that a surprise? That's all I did.
And that's all you did. I didn't know who you were, but now that I know you ran a trivia app for 14 trivia business, and now it makes sense that you've been playing HQ constantly.
Yeah.
I was surprised to learn that Lance Armstrong was an HQD. He hit me up at the DM. He slid in my DMs.
Oh my goodness! Did he offer you a bracelet or?
We became buds. I've been to his house in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And hold on, I'm getting a text from my employee at the shop asking how much this Latrell Sprewell jersey is.
And
what should I tell him?
600.
Let's go 75.
Oh, that's a great price. Very fair.
It is a great price. I've had this thing sitting in my store for over a year. I want to move it. And the Knicks are in the playoffs. This is the time to move it.
Okay.
Got to move it, right?
Yeah, totally.
Lance Armstrong. That was one of them. Who else? There was you love this because I feel like I'm getting vibes from both of you, maybe more so did. Evanescence. Big Evanescence fans over here.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly. From Evanescence hitting me up. She was a fan. Then there was someone named Chrissy Costanza.
She related to George? I don't know.
I thought so too, but there'd be people, these blue check marks, messaging me about this stuff, and I'm half the time like, who are these people?
Oh yeah.
Chrissy Costanza is an American singer-songwriter musician, best known as lead vocalist and songwriter of the pop rock band Against the Current. Have we heard of this?
I'm sure they're lovely.
We haven't, but we generally haven't heard of Against the Current.
No.
I usually go with the current. So I'm not sure. No.
Somehow she has 1.1 million Instagram followers. That's all I'm saying. Like, these are substantial people on the internet or in real life too, who I don't know anything about. I don't know what they're about, but she was a fan.
Amazing.
That's really cool though.
That is so cool. And yeah, Danica and I, once again, avid players. I mean, like, I really feel, and I'm not just saying this, and I'm sure you've heard this a bunch, but like HQ Trivia, like, really was something that kept me like going. It was so necessary. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I didn't miss it. And I remember
alive.
What?
Like kept you going in the sense of what? Like staying on this planet? Like, were you feeling?
It's a way to still feel like you're connected to a community and like that you're still interacting with people.
Yeah.
So it was big.
Yeah, for sure.
The shame of it is that I never experienced that part of it. I never got to experience like the playing and seeing something like that grow in popularity and having friends hit you up and being part of that community. That's kind of the Pagliacci of it all, the clown who can't go to the show to cheer up because he's the clown making everybody else laugh. Where's my trivia host?
That's fair.
Right there.
Where's my age? It's cadet.
Yeah.
It might be.
Who knows? We'll see.
I love to hear that. That means that's really meaningful, and I'm glad it helped you and it made you happy. I did hear it was really nice. The closest I came to really understanding it was hearing from people. So I really do like hearing those stories because people would tell me, I started dating someone while HQ was we would play HQ together. Now we're married. Or, my kid hasn't talked to me in years. All of a sudden we're playing HQ Trivia together at the dinner table. And it was like truly bringing parents and children together and coworkers together. And there were, I'm going to guess, dozens of people who met somehow, in a romantic way over HQ, whether it was someone bringing them in or, and dating and getting married. I bet there are like dozens of couples that HQ has been.
You should have been performing their weddings is all I'm saying.
Or brisses. At least bring me to the bris and let me snip.
This is going to circle back in about 10 minutes. Okay, so
yes, I'm circumcised. We can get that out of the way. I'm not going to show you if that's the next question.
I think we might get banned on the internet, but
that's just what the show needs to get ratings up.
I appreciate you.
All of a sudden, talk culture banned. People like, what's talk culture? Oh my God! Now you have more followers than Chrissy Costanza.
We're getting there. We're on our way, folks. Okay. So this is our first game. And this one is just a tier list, which I'm sure you've seen before, and I'm sure you've done before, maybe in sports or what. I don't know. So this is based on your catchphrase. And so we wanted to give you other famous catchphrases, and we wanted to see where this lands for you on a tier list. Now, the catch is there can only be one S tier, which is the ultimate one. And you're not going to know them all in advance. So you're just going to have to place things. Let's bring up the graphic, Jude, and then we're going to start with this one. So once again, S tier is obviously like the penultimate, like the best of the best.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what tier lists are. This is the first. Is this an eye chart? S, A, B, C, D? No, what is it? Please explain what the tier list.
Okay, so a tier list is S is the absolute best. And F is like, like it's okay. So that would mean like C is in the middle. So essentially it's a ranking system.
But what's the S stand for?
Superbly, incredibly, everything. I don't know. Superior? Yeah, we can go with superior. It's just, it ranks above A. So like A is obviously like A plus. I can't believe you've never seen this before, Scott.
I've truly never seen this before. And then my other question is, so are you going to, am I supposed to guess phrases or rank them?
No, so we're going to give you, there's 11 different catchphrases, and you just have to tell us where you think this falls on the tier list. But like I said, there can only be one S. Every other one you could put as many.
It's not like Family Feud style where like you have to get it right or whatever. It's how you would
exactly
rank them.
Right. So if we were to say to you the rocks, which is if you smell what the rock is cooking,
where does that rank in terms of what my favorite catchphrases or what I objectively, what's a great catchphrase? Which one do you want to hear?
Subjective.
What you think, what you think. Yes.
Subjectively. Okay.
Yes. So where would you place the rock?
I mean, it's a great catchphrase. If you smell, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. If you smell what I'm cooking, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? If you smell what I'm cooking, I would put that. That's and his intonation was great. At the risk of not knowing where, I'll put it at B.
B?
Can I move it later? It might go up to an A. But
possibly.
Right now it's B. Because I have to see the rest of them. It could be the S for all I know.
It could be. All right, Danica, you're up.
All right. Next one. Let's get ready to rumble.
That's a good one too.
My dog hated that.
Yeah.
In this one, God, this is such a. By the way, bravo for you guys with this thing. This is insane. I mean, I guess you didn't come up with this concept, but this is brilliant. I love these tier lists.
Yeah, they're fun.
Let's get ready to rumble. That's a great one, and for me, it's bringing up memories of jock jams. Which would start off with let's get rid of so I'm gonna put this as an A for now.
Great.
I mean it's a great it's you're getting ready to rumble. It's a good catchphrase. Now if you really break it down like by the words, let's get ready to rumble. Is it that exciting? Like let's get ready to brush our teeth. Let's get ready to have dinner. It's not it's the rumble that kind of makes it. Let's get ready to rumble.
And the inflection, man.
Yeah, and Michael, but shout out, he did not make the list. Bruce Buffer, his brother. It's time. Great. It just did not make this list. So let's look at the next one. Here's the next one. Eat my shorts.
You know what? This is interesting. This is interesting because Danica, I'm with you. This is my favorite show of all time. But that being said, I truly never really understood this one.
That is valid.
So it's just like, kiss my ass, but instead of saying kiss my ass, is eat my shorts. I mean, kissing an ass, that's a very subservient act of kissing one's. If you tell someone kiss my ass, you're humiliating someone, right? But say eat my shorts. What? It's like I'm not gonna eat. It's like I don't eat. What are you gonna stuff? Is it basically stuff? Is it basically do you stuff your? Maybe this is it. Maybe you're stuffing your pair of shorts into someone's mouth and saying, "Eat my shorts." Like shut up.
We'll have to ask Nancy Cartwright.
I'm still to this day as a 38-year-old man trying to figure out what this meant. That's how much it confused me as a child, and I just never loved it.
Not the logistics.
I'm putting this as an E.
Okay.
Fair.
There it is.
I just never eat my shorts. Have you ever said that in your life?
Probably, but
I
like
have,
only because
I've only said it because of Bart Simpson.
right.
It never latched on to me. Dough is
Oh yeah,
billion times better as a catchphrase for me.
See, we took off dough to put eat my shorts because dough
Interesting.
is more of like an exclamation
Right.
rather than, but it is a catchphrage. So you're right.
How about, how about Duffman can't breathe? That's a good.
Go dark.
Very good. All right, Danica, you're up.
Okay. What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? Wow.
Not even gonna attempt that voice.
I mean, this is classic. You know, it inspired the Peter Bogdanovich film title with Barbara Streisand. I know you know that, kid.
Love that.
Because of your trivia background. But I mean, this is Mel Blanc as Bugs Bunny in Warner Brothers, which ran from 1930 to 1969, Looney Tunes. I'm thinking this is an A for me. This is A.
Okay. It's a solid A. It is.
It's just solid. It's short. It's concise. It's just, what's up, Doc?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of spurred the whole "What's up, Pussycat?" What's up, hot dog? Scott Ackerman. It's like any kind of "What's up" now started with "What's up, Doc?" I mean, by the way, were people saying "What's up" back then as a slang? Yeah, what's up? What up, kid?
What's up?
I mean, he might have started "What's up?" Like every "What's up" derivation could all stem from "What's up, Doc?" As far as we know.
Wow, it's
a great question.
We're learning things here.
I would venture yes.
Okay. All right. Here's the next one. Another pivot. That's what she said.
You know what, man? Never like this.
Oh no.
Never like this. I think this is one of the. I get it that it's Michael Scott. It's in the character. Mm-hmm. He's the type of guy who says that, which is a type of guy that the writers of the show hated, clearly. Mm-hmm. And I also share my distaste for. So from the ironic perspective, I appreciate it. But if we're going pure, this is layers for me, because if this is purely on the phrase itself, I would put an E, even F.
Okay.
But in the context of Michael Scott on The Office, which then it becomes maybe a D.
Okay. There it is.
Pretty low. Let's put it at
can't all be A. They can't all be A.
True.
All right, Danica, you're up.
All right. Oh, Zinga.
F.
Okay. Good. I like that this one we just knew right away. F. Okay, we all agree. Okay, here's another one. SNL fan.
Schwing. Yep. I liked it. I didn't like really latch on to this one as much as others. But it's a B. It's a B for me.
Oh, a B. B is great.
But, you know, maybe C. Honestly, let's go C. Let's go C. Because schwing. Yeah, it's. I don't know. What is it? Is penis going erect? Is that what schwing's supposed to mean? It's one of those things where I never understood it. Quite understood.
A term of excitement. Yeah.
In my mind, though, it's always been like schwing, like getting erect.
I thought it had something to do with like she's very fuckable.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a boing, like that's is that what it is? In that case, it's pretty dirty. So this is a rated X. This is an NC-17 labeling we just got now.
That's fine. We're all adults here. All right, Danica, you're up.
Oh, did I do that?
You want to know something crazy?
What?
This man emailed me this week.
We love Julia. Yes. He'll be at GalaxyCon Raleigh.
Having drinks with this man, possibly on Thursday, maybe next week.
Okay.
How insane is that?
I'm excited to meet him too. I'm very excited to meet him. So
because this is my childhood. I mean, this was Did I Do That, Urkel?
Yeah.
This is an A for me.
It's a solid A.
Oh yeah.
Solid A.
Mean, it's again, that's more of a subjective A. If
but
it's objective, it's an objective D. I just want to make it clear.
No, this is your okay. Here's the next one. We got 3 more.
Oh boy. This is now if you said there's only one S.
Yeah.
If I put one in the S, does it lock? Is it a locked S, or can I wait till they all go through? Because otherwise I'm not gonna.
What do you think?
I think it's tradable.
Okay.
We'll give you one trade.
I'm gonna S this right now.
Okay. Great.
This is now my S, and if something better comes along, maybe we'll replace it. But Welcome to Flavor Town is one of the dumbest things that's ever been said, and I love it.
We love. Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, there's only 2 left, so it's looking pretty good right now. Danica.
All right. Have mercy.
Oh, mercy. Yeah. C. C. I'll put it with CD. It's in the, yeah. I'll put it with swing. It's just like, okay.
Okay.
Have mercy. All right, Joey.
All right. And here's the last one. And we put this one, we only had these 10. And then we saw a tweet that you put up, which is probably my favorite tweet I've ever seen in my entire life, which was Passover is a gathering of the Jugalos. So we felt the need to add our boys ICP solid.
Yeah, let's go B. Let's go B there. Let's go B. But we have a winner. We have an S.
We do. Yes. Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. Let's throw some donkey sauce on that one.
Wow, way to go, Guy.
I'll trade the Fago for donkey sauce. We'll spray some donkey sauce.
I mean, I think this is a very solid list. I love it. And I love that you have something for everything.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you for putting that together. It was really fun.
Of course. Well, that was the first game. We have another game.
Okay, good.
This is not a tier list. This is a simple game of would you rather. So whatever you choose is correct. And if you want to give us a reason why, phenomenal. And if not, that's just as fine. Danica, do you want to get this one started?
I will kick it off.
Okay.
All right. Scott, would you rather eat a pint of Phish food every time you listen to Phish or never listen to Phish again?
Oh my God, right out of the gate, you just, daggers. This is incredible. This is truly a Sophie's choice. I mean, because I'll tell you what, I really don't like Phish food. It's so sweet, and I love Ben and Jerry's.
One of my favorites.
Next, despite whatever Palestinian things going on with them, Netflix and chilled is so good. Cherry Garcia, the half baked, and I like the frozen yogurt and the almond milk versions now. So I'm a supporter of B&J's, but this flavor is never, as much as I love the band, I've had it. It's that marshmallow. It's so sickly sweet. So I really would not want to eat a pint of Phish food every time I listen to it because my teeth would fall out by the end of gin, folks. I'd be getting diabetes by the Yem Vocal Jam. These are the Phish list, the Phish heads out there.
Okay.
So, but then again, never listening to Phish ever, it would really be difficult. I would rather never listen to Phish again because that ice cream is it's too much.
Okay. Now, follow-up question, is the guy in the blue a wizard? What is that?
That's John Fishman looking like the office manager in Office Space. What's his name? Stephen Root in Office Space. I don't know what he's doing. He really, this is a very old photo is what this is. This is like sleepers. They might have been, well, they're clearly all on shrooms in this photo. They're definitely tripping hard. They're probably 20. I mean, geez, they look like they're this could be like their first album. This could be like 89, 91. Like they're probably 23 or 24 in that photo. So they're just goofballs. They're just Vermont goofballs. You know, at the Phish concert, just to drive it home for you guys, I had some epiphanies at the Phish show. Okay. And I was like, what is it about these men in their now late 50s? They're playing this music. I'm looking behind me in the Hollow Bowl. There are 20,000 people, all sharing in the groove, just all with this universal consciousness. There's like pulsating to the sounds of Phish, just on this other level, this community of fans and friends, and it's just pure love and pure joy and happiness. And these four people are creating all this. And it's like, but it's also 20,000 of the whitest people you'll ever meet. So I'm like, it's just, there's something about these guys basically were hippie music nerds in high school, okay, and college. Think about the people you know in your life who are hippies and also just like music nerds, right? Who like went to summer camp and, you know, had there's like a certain strain of suburban, music nerds who just hear it from their older brothers or their wherever, like it just gets cycled through, right? And those were these guys. They're making music for those people. Like they're just making music for people exactly like me. Almost. I'm like, why do I like this band? I was watching this thing going, why do I like this? Why does this speak to me and all these other people? It's because I'm the kid who went to summer camp whose counselors listen to this shit. who I just like. Wasn't born a Phish fan. It's not genetic. It's like it's who you're exposed to, what you're exposed to, and everybody at camp loved Phish and the Grateful Dead, and all that. Like it's just, there's a Pantera kid in the bunk, but he was the outcast.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? The hard metal kids, like, sorry.
Yeah, I guess I was more of like a Goldfish kid. I still am. I love those smiley little faces. Scott, if it's okay, because I know we said an hour, can we keep you for another couple minutes?
3 hours. You get 3 more hours. That's it.
Okay, fabulous. All right, here's the next one.
Try to cut it off then.
Apparently, we were very hungry when we wrote these questions. Because here's the next one: would you rather have to eat Hamantaschen every day or eat a latke once a day?
So it's basically eat a Hamantaschen every day or eat a latke every day.
Yep, that's the question.
Okay, it's phrased slightly differently. Written.
Okay, it happens.
This is good though, because I love both of these. So honestly, would I rather? I'd rather eat a Hamantaschen because you can get different flavors, and I'm a sweets guy.
Okay.
And also I can just like make hash browns and be like, yeah, these are hash browns. Wink, wink. They're actually latkes. Also, it's not exclusive, right? I can eat a Hamantaschen every day and eat a latke once a day because frankly, I'm going to do both.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Who's to say I don't already do both?
I don't know.
Who's to say I don't have kosher for Passover pancake mix and coffee cake mix in my closet right now that I'm still using weeks after Passover? I just made a kosher Passover cake last night, ladies and gentlemen.
Delicious.
It is. I've eaten half of it already. It's my favorite thing in the world. They were on discount at Ralph's, 55 cents, reduced from a pre-Passover peak of $7.99. Post-Passover, 55 cents. I bought them all out. I took my arm and went. Had 4, but I got all.
I remember like going to temple as a kid, and my favorite thing was on Purim whenever they said, "Hey man," and we had like those like grogger things. You remember? You got to do the grogger.
It was the original gathering of the Jugalos. Was the Purim.
Amazing. All right, Danica, you're up.
Okay. Would you rather rock an Alex Trebek mustache for an entire year or rock a Raleigh Fingers mustache?
Trebek.
I can't even look at that.
Raleigh Fingers.
Yeah, but kudos for pulling up the Raleigh Fingers.
Raleigh.
I have that exact same hat. I just picked up that hat over the weekend. I had a great day at the estate sales, girls.
Apparently.
Nice. Love a good estate sale.
Trebek all the way. Come on. Look at that handsome. What are we doing, Raleigh?
Love. Okay, Trebek it is.
So fancy.
This isn't a barbershop. Not a barbershop quartet. You're a baseball player.
Maybe on weekends he shadows. You don't know. Maybe he's in a secret barbershop quartet. Okay, here's the next one.
9 limited tracks.
Would you rather go back in time and interview John Belushi?
Hedberg.
Okay.
Hedberg.
Easy.
Hedberg.
Okay, Hedberg it is.
Best.
Okay. All right, great. All right, Danica.
Although he would be a pretty bad interview.
But it'd still be pretty fun.
A pretty bad performer. I saw him and he was doing this thing. This was kind of near before he died, but he would do this thing where he'd like go. He was so fucked up on stage. He would go off stage and start talking from behind the curtain and just like basically not doing the show. And he was like, and it was kind of like a bummer because we could tell something was off, like he was really drunk, really kind of fucked up, and he didn't really want to do the jokes. He couldn't handle it. He was getting too popular, and I just don't think he could have handled it. That's my take.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That is a
bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, Danica.
Yeah. Would you rather be the host of a Hollywood Squares revival or be the host of a Legends of the Hidden Temple revival?
Squares. Classic. It's just a classic.
Circle
Legends of the Hidden Temple. I mean, it's like a Survivor. It's like an adventure show. I'm not that type of host. You need Rob Riggle for that.
Okay.
I'm a Squares guy.
Okay. All right. Who would be your center square?
A hologram of Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh,
you fool! They're making AI Gilbert Gottfried. Watch out, it's coming. AI Gilbert's coming.
What a lovely man. All right, here's the next one. I feel like I know your answer for this one too. Would you rather throw out the first pitch at a Major League Baseball game or make a half-court shot? during an NBA halftime?
Well, you thought you know this one, kid, but I actually already threw out the first pitch in an MLB game. You're talking about the ceremonial first pitch, or you're talking about actually being on a pitcher in the major leagues?
Ceremonial, yeah.
Yeah, so I've done that, been there, through that. It was cool.
That's amazing.
I think making a half court shot during halftime would be cooler, and I would rather do that, especially considering that I've done it. The other one.
That's okay. Fair enough.
Also, I'm also, I can really go deep on them. I'm so glad you're bringing this up, because the way they do these pitches now, I don't know if you've been to a game lately, but they're basically like sold to the highest bidder. It's like something where it doesn't take a lot to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. You make enough, you donate enough money, you sponsor something or the other. They have all these corporate sponsor guys come out now with these first pitches, and there'll be like 4 or 5 of them in each game. So it's not even like the one anymore. They just have like the next first pitch. The consulate from Taiwan is here. It's like you have like dignitary, it's such a token thing that you can offer someone as part of a business deal, or it's just like it's like an exciting promotional opportunity, right? So it's sort of watered down. It's really crazy that experience. It was very cool, but at the same time, I was like one of 4 groups that went out and did it, and it does lose the specialness when they're not like all focused on you, because I'm a narcissist and I think everything be completely on me.
Okay. Half court shot it is. All right, Shmanica, you're up.
All right. Would you rather be the executive producer of Who Wants to Be a Model, or executive producer of So You Think You Can Canter?
You think you can't? You say think you canter? So you think you can canter? That's great. Oh boy. I mean, you made these graphics and everything. I mean, geez. Who wants to be a boil?
See, now you know I couldn't get through it. It's a catchy title.
Who wants to be a moilaire? It could be, you can combine millionaire and moil, and we can figure out some kind of show where you have to circumcise.
Where you snip the leaves.
It's harder. The babies get harder to circumcise as you go along, and you make
wiggling the whole time.
We gave this one some methamphetamine. I think I would like the Moyle show would be, boy, a lot of child nudity though. I don't know if I need to see that many baby dicks.
Nope.
Now the question is, do you have to go to rabbinical school first? Like where, how?
What's the line?
Yeah. By the way, I've always fancied myself. You asked me what you want to be when I get older. Way back at the beginning of this conversation, 14 hours ago, I actually kind of wanted to be a cantor.
You too? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I love a cantorial approach to music.
Okay.
Because we had this guy, Bernie Dienstag, Cantor Dienstag.
Bernie
he would have this like, it's just this like, I love that. And I kind of dug what he was doing. I think at the Cantor show. Let's do the Cantor show.
Okay. The Cantor show is great. And have you ever
Chazan.
Have you ever tried to now I don't, oh my gosh, like during the high holidays?
See that kind of the vibrato shit.
It was beautiful, but Danica, we should have been standing up. Like I feel like the Torah would have been out.
Okay.
This is amazing. All right, we have 2 more. Okay. So, 3 more. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Okay, 3 more. Here we go. Would you rather make all of your life's choices in the matter of 10 seconds, or do a comedy show where the audience chooses the punchline from multiple choice?
What? Make all of life's choices in the matter of 10 seconds. Oh, like I'm trying to figure this one out. Is it you make all
Time's
of
running out.
it, like a choice. So basically, like the choice that I'm trying to make here.
Yeah.
It would be 10 seconds duration. Every choice I have to make would be a 10-second choice. Is what you're saying?
This is just theoretical, Scott. It's not real.
Or am I making all of life's choices? Like every choice I was ever going to make, I'm making in the next 10 seconds, which I'm trying to wrap my head around existentially.
Like an HQ
comedy
time
show
frame.
sounds fun. The comedy show sounds. Granted that I can't fully grapple with the first one. I'm going to say comedy show.
Okay, it was just like a reference to HQ, but that's okay. All right.
Oh, it's a reference to HQ.
Yeah.
I get it. No, I get it now.
Yeah.
Oh, jokes.
I can answer each question. Got it.
Yeah, it's okay. You still picked B. All right, we got 2 more. Danica.
Right. Oh, yes.
Let me settle this. This is also, this next one, also a reference to HQ, okay?
Go
ahead,
Danica. You should put the
wisely.
mindset there.
Go ahead.
Choose wisely. All right. Would you rather write a Lag Daddy musical or write a horror film based on Lag Daddy?
Wow. Lag Daddy. I mean, you chose perfect screen.
These are real good.
I think a horror film would be fun as hell.
Look at that. I'm terrified.
That is kind of amazing. That's actually how I look.
Horrifying.
I feel like I'm looking into a mirror right now. That's how I see myself when I look into a mirror. So I'm like, so is this somehow you put a mirror in my computer? Is that what happened? Hi, Scott.
So we're going horror film.
Horror film for sure. Lag Daddy.
I like it.
And it's called The Lag Daddy Knocks Twice.
Ooh. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Here's the final one, Scott. Would you rather be a reverse merman or a reverse centaur?
Wow. You chose that grumpy fish. What do they call it?
Blobfish.
The blobfish?
Yeah.
That's a great grab. And this centaur, this really looks like wow, that really looks like a human centipede situation.
It possibly could be.
That's really disturbing.
Yeah.
The centaur one.
Intentionally.
The reverse, this entire concept I've never even considered. This is very Dada. This is very, very cool. This is very surreal.
See, now does the merman is a fish, listens to fish? I don't know.
I'm going merman. I'm going merman just based off the illustration. I mean, the merman one isn't great either, but at least there's no neck. There's no head going into an ass. I mean, why would it have to be? I guess because there's 4 legs. So because that's not half a human. That's like 7/8 of a human.
Right.
That's half a horse, 7/8 of a human. So that doesn't really fit the centaur mold.
Oh man.
Fair enough.
But I get it. I get that no, there's too many legs. This doesn't make sense.
Too many appendages.
6-legged. No, that's a bullshit. That's terrible. Foul in that centaur.
You hear that? Whoever drew that, you suck.
Okay.
That's why it's throwing me off so much. That's why I'm finding it so disturbing because there's 6 legs.
Too many legs. Too many. You're right. You were absolutely right. Well, on that note, Scott, you got them all right. This has been such a joy. Thank you so much for spending your Tuesday with us.
I feel like you guys are annoyed with me.
Not at all. No, this has been so much fun. And I mean, just the fact that we can bond over the Rascal House is one of the greatest things I've ever gotten to talk about. Because like literally maybe a month or so ago, my parents and I, feeling very nostalgic, we pulled up the old Like Daddy Knocks Twice, 10 seconds left. Great. We had pulled up the old menu and we were like going back through everything. Did you ever get the chicken in a pot?
This is 25 years ago or something. I have no idea. But yeah, I probably ate saltine crackers and Melba toast. I was the pickiest eater as a kid. I was the Melba toast.
Yeah, same to you.
Chicken fingers, fried ravioli. Like I didn't eat anything that was like considered quality fare until I left the house as an adult. My parents, I know you want to wrap this up, but I do want to talk about my parents for the next half hour if I could. No.
It's like therapy. Get it all out.
Bring me back. Yeah, bring me back. We'll do therapy.
Okay.
I'll do this every night with you guys. This is so fun.
Thank you so much. Before we do let you go, because it is storming in Hollywood, Florida, and I just don't want to lose internet. Any final thoughts you want to leave us with here on this fine Tuesday?
Whatever you do, take care of your shoes.
That's solid advice.
I've not heard that before.
QuizDaddies.com @QuizDaddies. I ship worldwide. I'll ship to Jude. I'll ship to Vincent. What's his name? Vincent? I'll ship to Vincent. I'll ship to all of y'all.
Thank you.
My question to you is, when are you going to visit me in LA?
I was just in Temecula a couple weeks ago, but
you guys got to come to the shop.
I would love to. I'm super into vintage. I just purchased this vintage Levi's jacket today. It arrived. So yeah, I'm super into
Temecula. Where is Temecula, and what were you doing in Temecula?
I was there for a wedding, and it's about an hour north of San Diego.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
And it was fun, but yeah.
That means you're an hour. That means you were an hour south of Quiz Daddies. You could have made the trip.
I should have.
You could have made the trip,
but I didn't, and I'll never forgive myself. So I'll have to make another trip.
Danica's welcome anytime.
Someday as well, I will get back to LA. My brother used to live out there, and I've been meaning to visit all the 15 different people that I know out there. So
Danica, we'll make a plan and we'll go.
I like it.
Awesome.
I like it.
All right, everyone. Well, have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys real soon. Be safe, everybody. Au revoir.